Hi, my name's Jonny. I've been a part of the Gateway Church for about 4.5 years now, and I want to share about how I've seen God providing for me and my family in miraculous ways. For me, Christianity, it became so real when I was about 19. When I was 19, the light bulb went on that Jesus Christ, He truly had died for my sins, that He'd been risen from the grave 3 days later, so that I could know God, so that I could love God, so that I could serve Him all the days of my life and have hope for eternity. From that time growing on, I had this sense in my heart that God kind of wanted me in full-time ministry. He wanted me to be in full-time Christian work, but the honest truth is I was scared. I was kind of really fearful and anxious about how I'd have enough money to live, and so I just kind of continued in life. I was really blessed to get an amazing job working in a high school with special and additional needs children, and I was there for about 3 years, and it was a really fulfilling job. It was a really rewarding job working with these young people. But there's always a niggling in my heart. There was always something there that I felt there's more that I was called to in life. And before I started work, I used to sit and I'd read my Bible and I'd pray, and I'd just to prepare myself for the day ahead. And there was this one morning when I was sat and I was reading my Bible, and I was reading a part in Matthew. Jesus is speaking to His disciples, and He's talking to them about how they don't need to worry about provision. They don't need to worry about having clothes. They don't need to worry about having food and water, because there's a God who'll provide for them, and there's a God who cares for them. And Jesus comes to the end of His teaching. He says to His disciples, He says, "Seek first the kingdom of God and His righteousness, and everything you need will be added to you. O you of little faith." And when I read those words, something struck me in my heart, and I can't explain it. Over the years I've tried to put it into words what it was. I really can't. I've read the book of Matthew many times. I grew up in a Christian household. I've heard those words of Jesus so many times, but on that day when I read those words, it spoke to me in just a completely different way, a way that was so personal and true to me, saying, "Jonny, oh you of little faith, do you not trust?" And from that moment I really felt compulsion that I should leave my job and make myself available to be in full-time Christian work. There was still a bit of anxiety, a bit of nervousness, but I plucked up the courage to go and talk to my wife and kind of say, "I'm thinking about leaving my job." And the reality was that my salary, the money I was paid, it paid for the rent, paid the gas, paid the electric, paid the water, paid for the car insurance. It's what allowed us to live. It's what covered us. It's what protected us. So I came and I shared with my wife, and she had a real grace. She really received what we felt God was saying to us. And I remember it so vividly. It was a Wednesday night, and we got on our knees and we prayed and we said, "God, we really believe that this is you. We really believe that you're calling us to have faith and to trust you, that you'll provide for us, that Jonny should leave his job and go into full-time Christian work, whatever that looks like. God, we don't know what it looks like, but we trust you. But God, you're really going to have to provide for us. You're really going to have to put a roof over our heads, because making this decision, we're not going to be able to." And so that was the Wednesday. The following day I went and spoke to my boss and said that I wasn't going to be coming back for the next academic year. And kind of that was that. The decision was made. We come to Sunday and we're around at a couple's house from the church, and we're all together and we're just eating food and sharing. And Mags, who's the wife of this couple, came up to my wife, Shauna, and Mags says to Shauna, "Do you and Jonny want to come and live in our flat?" Shauna comes and she kind of retells this information to me, and it's like one of those jaw-dropping moments. Mags comes up and effectively she's given us the offer of somewhere to live, rent-free, no strings attached, no costs expected. And so for the past 3 years I've not had a normal, in inverted commas, I've not had a normal job. I've worked in full-time Christian ministry. I've spent a lot of that time working for the church, and God's been true to his word. He said, seek first the kingdom of God and his righteousness, and you'll have everything you need. You'll have everything that you need. He provided a roof over our heads, and not just a roof over our heads, but now we get to live with an amazing family. We get to live in a beautiful house with a nice garden and a big garage. And on the very top of that house is our own space where we've got a bathroom, a kitchen, 2 bedrooms and a living room. We've never missed a bill or payment that we've needed to make. We've had cars written off, and we've been really blessed with the money we've got from insurance. We've had cars that have been breaking, and someone's come along and given us a free car. And we've seen for the past 3 years, as we've looked to trust God with our finances, to trust that he'll provide for us, to make our lives and make ourselves available to do the work that he wants us to do in his kingdom, that he's provided time and time again. So I just want to leave you with an encouragement that if you've got an anxiety about money, is God going to provide for you? Can God provide for you? I can say beyond a shadow of a doubt, you seek first the kingdom of God, and you seek first his righteousness, you'll have everything you need.